Okay, hello everyone. I'm doing another Let's Play. I just finished Ghost of Toy, and you know I like to farm, definitely, as I've shown in most of my videos. So I figured that it might be wise to show you how to do it with the new Ecto Fungus, which if you have unlocked them, you will have the new teleport. I'll also make an updated video. I know that I made a farming guide a while ago that had the gnome trees teleport, and I'm going to try to make a better one in the future. I've had a pretty good day today. Had a nice walk in the rain. It was nice with my brother. Okay, let's see here. So now we're going to need 5 seeds. I'm going to go ahead and do the strawberries, just because. And a stamina potion. We need a skills necklace, a ring of wealth for the Fishing Guild teleport, and Falador teleport. So let's go ahead and put this extra stuff up. Okay. Alright. I think if you complete another quest in the future, you'll be able to just bank. Like, see how it says that? It says the Ghost Banker will incomprehensibly at you. The Ghost Banker wails incomprehensibly at you, but seems to understand that you wish to access your bank account. You can still quick bank, but we'll have to communicate via a series of hand gestures. Okay, so it's the same type of bank, but it's just additional text. I think if you do another quest, it removes that, and you don't have to do that anymore. Well, I don't have to be running around with a scimitar. I also recommend that you bank all items that you're not going to particularly use in a farm run, just to save some monies on some stamina potions, because those do tend to cost a decent amount of money. Okay, so here we go. Try to lower the cost as much, because the more we lower the cost, the more profit we make. So I'm just going to show you the Ecto teleport in the beginning. It brings you right here. Be patient, wait a few seconds, your character will refill this juice, and that juice is how you get here. Alright, world map time. There's a map, there's a map. Alright, as you see right here, this is where you teleport to, and this is going to be your farming location, which is much better than the alternative that I know of. There's 2 alternatives I know of. Number 1 is Varrock teleport, and then head east, north, east, east, and then through the door right here, and then follow it through, and then you come out right here. Then you head east, just follow the route of the road. You're going to come up here by Frankenstein's castle. That's the other alternative, that you can teleport right here using a Frankenstein's castle teleport, but I think they're only really useful for questing. I don't know, there might be something in there that's really special that I don't know about yet. But anyway, head east, and then you'll be here. Now with the new teleport, you land right here, and you go west. It's a time saver for sure. Hope everyone's doing good today. We did get new microphones, but we had to return them due to budgeting issues. So I might have a better microphone in the future. I hope that I will, because I know that the higher quality I can provide, the more enjoyment maybe will come from it. Not for sure, but maybe. Okay, very simple. Actually, I said I was going to do strawberries, so I need to fulfill on my word. I need more white lilies. This sounds kind of romantic. White lilies? White lily sounds like a, I don't know, like a good flower. Oh, don't need the ultra for that. I don't use compost right now because, like, I mean, I could buy some, actually. I could buy some compost. I don't know. Maybe leave a comment in the suggestion. Should I buy compost and put compost on here? Or is it really not worth the amount of time? I know it's additional EXP when you harvest strawberries, but is that actually worth the time of harvesting them? And yes, I know they're actually worth some GP, but they don't seem to sell. Well, hello, I've asked. There's 1, 2, 3, 4. Yes, we know how to count. Oh, no thank you. I'm okay. I don't really do most randoms. The reason why I don't do most randoms is the rewards are just not really worth it. I can make much better EXP by actually playing the game. But randoms are nice. It is nice someone comes and sees you every once in a while. We're currently in Oregon, and they have I think it's the Winter Storm Nadia, which is kind of cool. We got heat, so we're doing good. Also got some pizza, so that's pretty good. My mother bought me some pizza, which was nice of her. Okay, so like similar technique. If you're new to farming, don't stress out about it. It's a pretty easy skill to learn. I'm actually trying to tutor someone. Recently, I showed them how to go around the farms, and hopefully they're going to level up and continue playing, and eventually make it to the trees, and then I can show them the tree path. Alright, next is going to be fishing goals. These are pretty much introductory teleports, except for this one. The Ecto is locked behind Ghost Ahoy, which is locked behind Restless Ghost. Fairly easy quest. I suggest, I think his name's Slayer Music or Slayer Muke. Hold on, I'll look up his exact RSN. It's SlayerMusiq1. So I think maybe it's Slayer Music 1 or something. It's just a play on how music is spelled, because music is M-U-S-I-C and it's spelled M-U-S-I-Q. So I guess maybe he's making a joke that you're going to have a high IQ level to be able to play RuneScape. I actually had someone compliment me on that, and it was something I didn't think about. And I've been playing for, I'd say about 12 or 13 years. And one of the things that that person said that was, they played RuneScape some, like casually, but they said even when they played, they realized that it actually does take some form of intellectual understanding to be able to be good at it. So all the people out there claiming that we're no-lifers, actually this game does take some intellectual ability, you know. Some people just see us sitting at the computer for 8 to 10 hours and like, oh. But it actually does take some form of intellectual capabilities, which I'm grateful that I have, you know. I mean, I'm not the best RuneScape player, you know, but I do enjoy the game, and I do play often, and I really enjoy my clan, which is these killers. They're being kind of quiet right now. I think we got a new member, actually I can't remember now. A new member I noticed is, I think this dude's name is Die Choking. When I saw that the other day, I was like, wow. Die choking, that's... Hopefully you die choking from laughing. Like you laugh so hard that it doesn't hurt at all. If that makes sense. Like if you ever laugh so hard that you can feel it all the way through your body. Like it just like tingles. Like that type of laugh. Maybe that's what his name means. Die choking from laughing joyous in something. Something. With joy. Laughing with joy. There's another one, I think it's Ultimate Oreo. I saw that name the first time, I was like, wow, that's an awesome name. It was so good, I was like, hey, I said to my brother, I was like, this person's name's Ultimate Oreo. So, we got some new peoples. I haven't got my smiley back, which kind of sucks. Oh, sorry. Went to the Grand Exchange. Next will be Falador on the Ring of Wealth. The reason why I'm bringing it up is, like, basically, people that want to learn how to farm, I mean, they got the farming guild now, you might as well get your boots wet, you know? Might as well put your name out there, pretty much. Well, not put your name out there, but you know what I'm saying. Maybe you know what I'm saying. Yeah. So, for those that don't know, or are new, or just need a reminder, you use the Falador, which is the fastest teleport that I know of, other than the Cabbage one, which I have yet to figure out how to unlock that one. I mean, I studied up on it. You gotta have, I think, a certain amount of diaries done. Oh, sorry, a certain amount of diaries. Then you're going to teleport right here and land here. And the reason why I use that one instead of the Falador one is because Rings of Wealth are sellable after they're used. So it's kind of like buying a new ring, then selling a new ring, then buying a new ring, then selling a new ring. And, sorry, my voice kind of trailed off there. You can, they are, excuse me, what is it in accounting? They're technically assets because they're tools that are renewable. For instance, if you got a tractor, for instance, you got a farm, that's technically an asset because, well, one, it works towards your farm, and I just messed up by ultra composting that. But it's something that is renewable in the sense that it's going to continue to make you money. That's what I mean by renewable. Oh, sorry, I'm over here thinking about economics. Like I know anything about economics. I know a little bit about economics. Just a little bit. But yeah, thank you whomever actually watches these. I greatly appreciate that y'all watch them. If you would please leave comments. I know I'm begging for comments. Please, leave some comments. Tell me, like, you know, like, what you'd like to see in a video. You know, as long as it's not, like, out there. But I'll take out their suggestions. I mean, could sit around and brainstorm, you know. If we gotta go through a bunch of goofy ideas till we find a really good one, then I'm around for a chuckle or two, you know. Oh, sorry. Yeah, they're being real quiet. Sometimes it's like that, though. You have days where really no one talks. I like to be as friendly as possible. Well, hello. Try to give you my seeds. Okay, so we've done Ecto, we've done... This is Falador. I believe we did the fishing skill Atlas, maybe? Yeah, because I'm down to 2 Cs. So that leaves Tithe Farming and... Camelot, I believe? I'm not doing the trees right now, but I am going to do trees. Possibly post another one. It's just getting your feet wet. Like, if you're just planting potatoes and such, this is how you start. Okay, and where am I going? Where am I going? Oh, the Tide Teleport. Now, this one is locked behind 100% Hesinia's favor. You can gain favor by pushing around the plow and then making, I think, fertilizers to 100%. And then once you got 100%, you're good to go. Because then go to Tithe, and I think you gotta have a farming level. You know what? We'll check it real quick. You gotta have a particular farming level, but what you need to do to activate the ability to use this teleport is you want to come in here and you want to grab these seeds off the table. Okay, so level 34. It will put you in the game. Also, I might do a Tithe minigame just for fun. I'm gonna try to keep this one a little bit more short, keep it more content based, like propaganda, you know? Like good propaganda. Propaganda, the definition I learned in school is a particular catered amount of information for a particular purpose. It's different than an agenda because that requires motives. Propaganda is simply the information that's involved. Now, if you take propaganda and you try to use it politically, then that's more an agenda. So every time they're like, so-and-so has an agenda, what they're basically saying is that they're potentially, I'm not saying every time, but potentially using propaganda to whatever their motivation happens to be. Like, for instance, a good example of propaganda. Let's say you want to be a farmer, you know, subject matter, and you want to grow corn, right? Someone that brings you just a huge book of correct, truthful information about corn is actually known as propaganda. They tried to demonize the word. Oh, propaganda is bad. You know, especially with the plants, especially with the, what do they call it? Reefer Madness movement. That's one too. And the Prohibition era. Because what they did was they took a particular catered amount of information, right, that was truthful, but then they used it in motives that weren't so truthful. Like, you know, making the conspiracy up that anyone that smokes cannabis goes crazy. You know, come on, we know that's not true. That's like saying anyone that drinks is going to wreck their car. We also know that one's not true. I know someone out there has got behind the wheel after drinking some alcohol. Come on, and made it home just safe. Come on. Drove just fine. I mean, that's why they eventually initiated blood alcohol content measurements. They were like, oh, okay, we see that that's not the case. Not everyone that drinks a beer or drinks a shot of liquor or smokes a joint is going to wreck their car. I mean, that's just ludicrous if you believe that. I mean, I'm sorry if you believe that, but it's not the truth. You know, if you believe that, that's one of the, if you are one of the few that sadly succumb to the bad form of propaganda is when they're using it for motivation that isn't truthful. Because the information is truthful. That's why propaganda gets tricky sometimes, because you're looking at it and you're like, this is true, but they're saying it's bad. Okay, where were we? Oh, Camelot. Okay, if you make a mistake like I just did, go ahead and teleport to Grand Exchange. Everybody makes mistakes. Hallelujah. Thank God. God forgives me. Alright, here we go. Alright, we're looking for Camelot. There's Camelot. Okay, if you're new, Camelot right here. Or if you just need a refresher, like you put farming on the back burner and you ain't picked it back up again because you're like, man, I ain't really went to check my farm in like a week now. I don't know if I want to try to remember the spots again, you know? Alright, so I can try to help you out. Camelot, here you go. You're going to head east, somewhat east. Oops, sorry, already got the map open. But that's the, you could call them, I think, what is it, OSRS Wiki calls them the allotments. I just call them like the herb farms or the normal stuffs. I don't know. I don't really got a word for them. I just go with whatever. Like, I know how to get there. Alright, here we go. Pretty simple. You're going to exchange with your leprechaun. If, what's his name?